Hey everybody, how we doing today? I'm freezing. I can't get warmed up today. It's so cold. I got to work and I'm just trying to get in my happy place here. I've got my, you're gonna laugh at me, I'm like totally in like zen. I've got my limelight candle lit. It smells so good. So good. I love this candle. It's I think it's like a limited edition, but I have one upstairs too, and I love the smell of it. It's just very floral and pretty. And then I've got my mug of coffee. Of course, I've got my beautiful Limelight mug. I might be over the top. I don't know, but you just gotta represent, right? You gotta represent everywhere you go because this stuff is just so fabulous. So it's Saturday and I woke up with like this, I don't know, I'm super sinusy and I really kind of wanted to stay in bed. It's so cold, but I thought I'd come over to the salon and put my makeup on with you, and then I've got some appointments to do today, and just gonna take it kind of easy today. So let's do this. Let's get to it. I tried to get healthy this week. I went to the store and I bought all kinds of fresh like fruit and vegetables, and I got a bunch of raw nuts and some different kinds of seeds that I'd never tried because I was trying to do this real like raw diet and kind of get some of the junk out of my system. And I don't know, somewhere in that mix I had an allergic reaction to something. I'm not even sure what it was at this point because I had so many different mixes of this and that. But earlier this week my eyes swelled completely shut. Like I looked like I had no eyes. Like they were just completely like little slits and they wouldn't even open up. So the skin around my eyes is really damaged right now. That's why it looks so like red and almost like black and blue around my eyes. So I'm trying to heal that skin a little bit. I've been soaking it in One Drop Wonder, trying to get it to feel better. So I don't know. I've been trying to avoid wearing makeup as much as possible just until my eyes get better. Hey Christine. Hey Stacy. How are you guys? Happy Saturday. I was just talking about how I had this allergic reaction to something healthy. I was trying to eat healthy and I got some nuts and vegetables and stuff from the store earlier this week, and I had an allergic reaction and my eyes swelled completely shut. And now the skin around my eyes is really damaged just from, I think from it being so swollen. And now it's like really dry and itchy and gross. So I have been really soaking that skin around my eyes with my One Drop Wonder, and it seems to be healing up. I'm going to try to put some makeup on today. Although it's kind of a wild card to see how this makeup's going to look just because the skin around my eyes is so dry and scaly. So this makeup needs to work a miracle today. I'm going to put a little tiny bit more oil around there. It's that One Drop Wonder oil, and that'll just really hydrate my eyes so that my makeup doesn't get crusty looking around there, because my eyes are really actually quite crusty. You can see like the skin is just trying to heal. And that skin around your eyes is so like, it's so delicate. I didn't realize how delicate that skin is, but it's like it's like tissue paper. It's terrible. So let's start with some concealer today, because Lord knows I need it. And I don't use concealer #1 very often because I don't usually have this redness in my skin, but I do today. I think it's a combination of it just being so cold outside and my skin being really dry, and then the whole situation around my eyes. So my concealer one is that yellow color, which is going to, it's going to help combat the redness and the purpleness that's going on. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this. I think I'm going to do half of my face today so you guys can really see the difference that this makeup makes. Sometimes when I do my whole face, it's like you can't really tell, you know, all of the brightness and everything that has happened from it. So I'm just going to do this one half, and it'll be faster too. So yeah, I'm going to kind of run this all the way around my eyes. This is that yellowish concealer #1. Hey Summer, how are you? My connection keeps saying it's weak. I hope I don't lose you guys. Gosh, I wish I could get that fixed. Okay, so you can see right away that I just put a tiny bit of concealer under there, and I'm covering all of that yuck up already. So today I'm excited. I'm going to put some makeup on. I'm going to run over one of my friends. Her name is Sandy. And there's kind of a story behind Sandy. I've known Sandy for a long time. She's one of my longtime clients who has bought jewelry and kind of just been really supportive of Girl Friday forever. Her and her friends Pat and Pam, I don't know if they'll be watching this at all, but I've just known them for a really long time, and they're really awesome ladies. This is my concealer brush, Summer. It's just my little Limelight concealer brush. I was saying earlier, Summer, that I had an allergic reaction to some kind of food a couple days ago. My eyes swelled shut. It was terrible. It was awful. It was the skin around my eyes is really like doing some funky stuff right now. But anyway, back to Sandy and Pat. A couple years ago, I don't know if you guys are from my area, you probably remember that really scary tornado that whipped through Washington. And a lot of people don't know that that same tornado whipped through Minonk too, and that's where Sandy lived. And we were doing a holiday. It was in November. We were doing a holiday open house. I'm using my Shinto No. 2 foundation now with my blender full. And I'm telling you a story while I do it because I feel like I can't just do makeup and like not talk. So, but anyway, we were doing a holiday trunk show, and that same tornado whipped through, and it took her house along with it, and all of our cars and all of our inventory for like the holidays, and it was really scary. It was probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. And we all got to the basement literally in the nick of time. When this tornado we walked upstairs and there was no house anymore. It was crazy. So we kind of had this like life or death situation. There was, I don't know, I'd say there was a dozen women there that day. There was about a dozen of us, and we all survived this tornado together, and it was just crazy, and everybody stayed so calm and took care of each other, and it was amazing. So today, later today, I get to go over and see Sandy's new house. She lives just right around the corner from my salon now, and I'm going to go over, and we call ourselves the Twister Sisters. And I think as many of us that were there that day as possible are going to go over and hang out for a little while. So, and I'm going to tell them about my Limelight stuff. I haven't really seen them since I started selling Limelight, so I have to make my makeup look somewhat pretty today so I can present it to my Twister sisters that I was in a tornado with, literally. I think it's been 3 years ago now. So talk about a crazy experience. That was just nuts. Anywho, okay, so I've got a really light coat of concealer just under my eyes, and I'm just doing half my face because I really want to show you guys, like, look at all this redness. You see all this, and like how like awful my eyes look around here. And now I've got, you know, this side is much more evened out. Hey, Stuart. Sorry, my dog's tearing up the garbage right now. Hey, Stuart. Sorry, I can never have just a quiet moment, I swear. So yeah, see how this looks all evened out now? Beautiful, love it. Okay, so I'm still going to go back around my eyes a little bit. I'm going to use my concealer number 0 now, because I feel like I just need a tiny bit more brightness around my eyes. So I'm going to go in with my concealer brush, same brush, and I'm going to get just a little more, just a tiny bit. Like when I was doing, I've been doing a lot of makeovers this last week, and I keep telling my clients over and over again, like, you just need the tiniest bit of our foundation and concealer. Like, you don't need very much else. It's so highly pigmented. you know, and you just don't want to get too carried away with it, because that's when it starts to get in your, you know, little creases and starts to look, you know, over the top. So I say a couple thin layers is much better than one really, like, you know, slathered on layer. So that's kind of how I always sort of try to teach people. And I feel like, you know, when I do sell my foundation to people, I try to make sure that they know that I'm here for them to help them with the application process, because it's a little bit different than anything I've ever tried. You can see, like, you know, I'm really kind of layering up where needed. And I like to use my finger sometimes on myself, you know, just to kind of press it all in and make it look really flawless. Okay. All right. And I forgot to use my priming spray this morning. I usually prime my face, but I got like really excited to talk to you guys, and I forgot to prime. So that's another step that I probably would have done on most days. Okay. All right. So I've got that side starting to look really, starting to look kind of flawless. I'm going to grab my pressed powder really quick. I got something in my eye now. Eeh. What do I have in my eye? Ooh. Now my eye's gonna start watering because I think I poked myself. It's not easy putting makeup on into a phone like camera. I want my Reiki light so bad. We have this, so Limelight keeps coming out with all these amazing products. Like, I can't even keep up with them. It's so exciting. Like, since I've joined, for example, we have come out with an all new formula for our eyeshadows. So, like, I mean, it was the first eyeshadows that I ever purchased from Limelight, but they're all paraben free and sulfate free, and just this beautiful smooth formula. So that was the first thing that I was so excited about. That's our neutrals palette. That's the palette that's my go-to palette. If you ever watch my videos, this is my palette that I always go to. So this was the first thing that was brand new when I first joined Limelight. We got this, so I was like, okay, I gotta have that. And then we got lipstick colors. So because we're a professional makeup company, all of our lipsticks used to come in like little cakes, because you know you got to keep your products sanitized when you're doing you know, professional makeup. So so they used to come in these little cakes. Well, a lot of consumers, once all of our makeup was available to consumers, of course consumers want a lipstick. You know, they don't want to have to use a lip brush necessarily with their lipstick. So we came out with a whole collection of our beautiful lipsticks. So that was the next thing I was so excited about. And then I was like so happy, like, okay, this is like the best collection ever. And then the holidays rolled around, and we were lucky enough to get, you know, all of those beautiful holiday collections, and the Onyx collection, the dark smoky eyes and the dark, you know, kind of vampy lips. Those were awesome. And then, gosh, I don't even know what was next. Our brush cleaner came out, which I love our brush cleaner. And then the Reiki light. The Reiki light came next. And the Reiki light is like game changing if you're like into making YouTube videos or, you know, tutorials for whatever. It's this beautiful light with these mirrors, or I'm sorry, lights. It's a mirror. I gotta back up. I get so excited. It's a mirror. And it has little lights, like LED lights, so it shines on your face really beautifully, so you don't have to, I'm going to use my bronzer really quick. You don't have to, you know, do this whole like lighting situation when you're trying to make a video or take a selfie or just take a, you know, picture of something. It lights up automatically, and your phone just connects right to it. So I want it so bad. I've been holding off. I don't have it yet. But I definitely, it's on my list of things I'm getting next. And then I haven't even like talked about this yet, but yesterday we got another product announcement, and it is, oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's this really beautiful little box. It's kind of like a beauty box. I don't know, there's other companies that have something called a beauty box. And you just can put all of these palettes. So our makeup comes in all these beautiful palettes. So you could choose like, you know, 3 foundations and it's magnetized. So you pop these out and you put them in your beauty box and it pops in there. And then you could put like your 2 blush colors in there, you know, your go-to blush colors. They pop right into this beautiful beauty box. And then you could put your 2 favorite concealer colors, and it just creates this gorgeous palette that is so easy to just, you know, go into and grab everything that you need, whether you're doing makeup on someone else or you're doing makeup, you know, for yourself, and you just, you know, want to have it all right there at your fingertips. It's going to be this beautiful way to organize all of your products in one little space. So they are just so innovative, and they just keep coming out with new ways to make everything just be seamless and beautiful. Okay, back to this face that we're working on here. So I'm just doing this one side of my face because I really want you to see the difference in like coverage. Like this is natural red, like zits, everything crazy going on from when I woke up this morning, and now this side is starting to look alive. It's starting to look like I've got a little definition in my cheekbone. You know, I've got coverage from all of that redness that was going on. So, okay, all right, wow, what a difference. I need a little bit of blush on my cheeks. So I'm going to use my favorite kind of peachy glowy color. This is my very favorite. I use it like almost every day. It's got a tiny bit of shimmer to it. It's kind of like a little gold shimmer, so it makes you look really healthy and put together. I feel like this time of year is just so, everybody gets so pale, and you just like want that extra color in your cheeks and bronzer on your forehead to kind of make you look like you've been in the sun, even if you can't get to the sun. Okay. And sometimes this is just so highly pigmented. You got to be careful. You can sometimes get a little too much going, like I just did, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab my powder brush and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Everything is very easy and blendable. Okay. So now I've got my bronzer and my little bit of blush there. Just kind of blend it all together. All right. Looking good, looking good. All right. So I need to do a little bit of eyes, and because it's Saturday and I'm just kind of keeping it really casual and easy today, I'm just going over to see my friends and hang out. I'm just going to go to my neutrals palette like I talked about. I'm going to use some of my go-to colors really quick. So I'm going to get my largest eyeshadow brush here, and I am going to just do some like really natural brown colors today. So I'm going to go to this kind of beautiful almond color and get a little bit of product on there, and I'm just going to take this all the way up to my eyebrow, and this is just going to help kind of brighten my eye up a little bit. Dun, 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 dun. And like I said, our eyeshadows, they're paraben free and sulfate free, and they just are the most smoothing eyeshadows I've ever experienced in my life. People always are like, oh, I have lots of eyeshadows, I don't need any eyeshadows. But I'm like, well, let's just try them, you know, while we're doing makeovers or whatever. Let's just try a couple eyeshadows, and, you know, just to give you the full look or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to sell them to you, I just want you to try them. And then what happens quite often is they are like, well, those, you know, they'll go home and they'll wear them for several hours, and then they'll call me and they'll be like, you know, those eyeshadows, they stayed on all day today, and, you know, they never creased or did anything crazy, so I need the eyeshadows too. So it's a win-win. I'm gonna use this darker kind of brown color here. Again, it's just a really natural color. This one I'm just gonna drag right across my eyelids. What are you guys gonna do on this cold Saturday? Is everybody like, I kind of wish I could have stayed in my pajamas and just had like a movie day or something today, but you know, life's just kind of busy. I don't know if anybody really gets to do those kinds of things, do you? Is anybody in their pajamas still like hanging around? I'm jealous if you are. I feel like if it's not like something, you know, the kids have to do or something work related, it's something like that needs to get done around the house, or I don't know, there's just not a lot of lazy days. I guess you just need to kind of make yourself be lazy sometimes. Okay, so that's just kind of giving me a little depth in my eye there, right? Easy peasy. Okay. See the difference? Yep. Okay. I'm going to do a tiny bit of eyebrow. I'm not a big like paint on a eyebrow kind of person, but I do like to kind of just give my eyebrow a tiny bit more definition. So I'm going to go use my eyebrow brush. I am going to get out my finishing spray. This finishing spray is great for a lot of things. You can use it to create this eyebrow look. So I'm going to give it a little shake. Spray it on my brush. Just kind of wet it down a little bit. And then I'm going to use, this is kind of my go-to eyebrow color. It's not very dark. It's not going to give me a lot of color or anything. It's just going to give me a little definition. I need to look in my mirror to do this. Sorry, you have to look at my scary red eye over there. So I'm just kind of really, just flecking this into the hairs of my eyebrows, if you will. I'm not like drawing on a crazy eyebrow or going outside the lines or anything. This is just giving me a little bit more definition. See, not too crazy. Then I can just kind of brush that through. Kind of just gives me just a little more of a defined shape to my eye there. Okay? All right. So, right? See the difference? Okay. The last thing I'm going to do with my eye, well, I take that back. It's not the last thing. I'm going to go under, I'm going to just do a tiny bit of under eye, like kind of an eyeliner, just to kind of give my eye a tiny bit more definition. I'm just using another brown. I love this palette of colors because there's no color that I don't use in this palette. Like I use every single color in here, and there's a lot of colors. I mean, obviously I don't use them all on the same day, or maybe not even in the same week, but I feel like I could have this palette for the rest of my life and never get like bored with it. Okay, so I'm just giving my eye just a tiny bit of definition under here. Okay. And then I could take that same color and do the same thing over, at my lash line on the top here too, just to keep it really natural instead of doing like a harsh liner, but it'll give me just a little more definition in my eye. And I'm using this kind of pointed brush now. And it's still, it's still a brush. I'm not wetting it down to make it, like a hard line or anything. So it's still going on kind of more like a shadow, but I can really have control over where that color is going now. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna do a little mascara because I can't go anywhere without mascara. I'm gonna curl that eyelash really quick, just because my eyes are still a little swollen from that allergic reaction that I had. And I think that when I curl my eyelashes, it helps kind of open up my eye a bit. So here we go. And I read what we've got here. Shannon, hi Shannon. Hey Sarah. Sarah, how are you? I'm really bad about reading these comments as they pop up. I need to get better about this. And Denise, you're there with me today. How are you? I get to see Denise on Tuesday for a little makeup time. I'm excited for that. For those of you that just joined, obviously, I'm just doing half my face. I kind of wanted you guys to see the difference. Like I've got this side almost finished, and this side I didn't put anything on except for like my moisturizer. So that's like still red and scary, and it's so scary. And then this side I got this side finished. So I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara on this eye and kind of finish off my eye here. Okay. And this mascara, I have sold probably this mascara more than any product that we sell. The foundation and the mascara are my biggest sellers. They are the two products that people like. They get them, they fall in love with them, and then they like hoard them basically. Like I can never ever run out of my mascara or I'll die. It's everything. I'm not kidding. It's the best mascara I've ever used. It's very gentle, but it's very buildable. You can kind of really go in and create, you know, those real glam looks if you want to by building up different, you know, layers of, again, thin layers of your mascara. And you can get those really glammed up lashes. Or if you don't want to, you know, get too crazy with it, you just do 1 layer or 2 layers and you're good to go. So, see that? Finally, I think I got some in my hair. That'll happen. That'll happen when you're doing your makeup in your phone. Nice. Little low light over there, little mascara low light. Okay, so now I have eyeballs again. Sometimes I just like to make sure that's all blended and pressed in under there, especially with my situation with my eyes right now. Okay, so I still need a little lip. For lips today, let's do something fun. Let's do something kind of pink. I'm gonna get my lip liner out. This is my my festive pink lip liner, and I'm gonna I'm gonna try to just do half of my lip here. Let's see. So our lip liners are really creamy. You could wear our lip liner on its own if you wanted to. Okay. All right. There's half my face with half my lip. And there's the other scary half. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of lipstick on today. I feel like I always go to our Enduring lip colors. These are my very favorite. I think they always will be my very favorite. I'm not the kind of person that loves to, you know, have to deal with my makeup several times a day. I would much rather put it on and leave it on. I don't know anybody who really does like to, you know, have to go back and reapply their makeup, you know, more than once, really. So I usually go to my Enduring lip colors because they'll stay really well all day. Sorry, I just need to brighten up this eye a little bit. But today I want to show you, I have a kind of a new favorite lip color that I have been using lately. And it is it's called Girls Night Pout. And it's really hot pink. And it's one of our lipsticks. And these are actually, if you wear the lip liner under the lipstick, it actually stays really well, much like our Enduring lip color too. I'm like, I really kind of wish I would have just gone ahead and done my other half of my face because it's terrifying me now. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on, and it's not gonna probably change the color of this very much because it's very similar in color. But it'll just kind of intensify it. Okay. See? I like it. All right. Now I have some work to do on this other part here. Do you see the difference? For those of you that just joined, I wanted to show you today the difference between what, you know, one half of my face that I used our makeup on, and it was a real quick Saturday look, just a real quick, you know, foundation, real natural eye, a little bit of mascara and some lips, okay? And then this was me before I started anything. So I've got a ton of redness, I've got a lot of acne kind of spots going on, got a lot of wrinkles, man. To talk about it anymore, but yeah, you can do a lot of work with just you know, with our makeup. So I'm gonna sit here and talk to you for a minute with this crazy like two-faced look going on. Maybe I'll just talk like this. But I wanted to talk really quickly about January, because this is like it's kind of a cool month right now. So I don't even know where to begin. We have an incentive this month, and it is if you become a beauty guide in training, I guess I would call it, in the month of January, they are, not only do you get like a fast start rewards, like so when you join, if you sell $1,000 of products in your first 40 days, you get $150 back in like product credit. And it's not that hard to sell $1,000 worth of Limelight. This stuff sells itself. You don't have to do a lot to sell $1,000, especially if you have, you know, just a circle of friends that wear makeup. I mean, most of us have that. Like one launch party will usually bring in close to $1,000 if you just kind of, sorry, my dog's hacking. So, you know, that's the first thing, and that's always, they offer that all the time. I don't think they'll ever take that away. Then from there, there's more incentives that are, I think they're a little more challenging to achieve, but definitely doable, okay? So there's your first incentive to join anytime. Then in the month of January, they are doing, if you sell every $100 that you sell in products, this is on top of the hostess, or on top of the Fast Start program, you will get $20 back in product credit. So, and they've never done that before. That's a really big deal. So I feel like one of the biggest things that new beauty guides ask me is, you know, like, how am I gonna start this collection of all this beautiful makeup? You know, I mean, it's a great collection. You just kind of want to be armed with it when you start sharing the product, and it's a little bit costly to invest in all of it. You get a beautiful starter kit when you first join, but it doesn't have everything in it. And this is just it's a way that you could build that kit so easily by selling, you know, your first $1,000 worth of products. You'd get so much back in free product credit. I almost wish I could go back and rejoin in the month of January 2017, because it's a huge incentive. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I would love to talk to you more in detail. I don't want to bore everybody here with all of those details, because I know some of you just wanted to play makeup this morning, and I don't want to go too far into that if you're not, you know, if that's something that's just totally not even on your plate. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray my finishing spray on this half of my face, and then I got some work to do on this half of my face. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna go to work over here. And then I'm going to go see my my Twister sisters over on Jefferson Street and see how they're all faring this year. Hopefully no more tornadoes today. Hopefully no snow blizzards or anything crazy like that happens. So I will talk with you guys all later. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful Saturday. Bye.